Hey there, YouTube reloaders and folks. Just wanted to do a quick video on how I reload. Everybody has their own style, their way of doing things. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I do. I have here, this is the Dillon 550. It's a progressive press. It is manually advanced. We have 4 stations. We have the deep primer, resizer, right here. Push forward to prime it. Then we go to the powder feeder. Then we go to bullet seeder. And then our factory crimp mold. I am using Lee molds, Lee dies, excuse me. So using Lee dies, I found them to be the most affordable. I bought the Lee strong mount, and I also have a bullet tray on the side, which I use to keep my bullets. What I've been using is the berries. I find these to be the most available and most affordable. These are 230 grain round nose. All right, they're .452. So this comes in a box of 500. I pick them up in a kind of a local gun store, not too far away. I kind of pass them all the time. So what I also use on my 45 ACPs, which I just deprime these, I use Hodgdon Tight Group is what I use. This is 1 pound that a friend of mine gave me. It's empty, but I buy it usually in about 4 pound. It's most affordable that way. I prefer the Winchester primers. Okay, these are for large pistol primers. I also will use CCI because I can't always get these locally, and I try to buy in local. Not necessarily a local store, but sometimes one of those bigger retailers, because they keep them in stock. When you order them online, they charge you a $20 hazardous fee. Some other fancy tools I have here, and I'm kind of being sarcastic when I say fancy. I have a Frankford Arsenal powder measurer. This is kind of cool. This is a nice little tool to have. I find the digital works best and easiest. I do have a scale, a Dillon scale. I sold my Lee scale with a setup. I also use some calipers. This is the Harbor Freight digital caliper. Pretty good, not bad. I find, and most other people have found as well, that even if you buy one of the fancy calipers, they're all the same. They're made by the same manufacturer. They just put a different label on it. So there's probably just a couple of caliper manufacturers over in China, and they get rebranded. So why spend 30, 40, 50 bucks for a name brand when you go to Harbor Freight, use their 20% coupon and get a deal. So here's my setup. What I also like to do is I like to go to the manufacturer website for Hodgdon. I'm using their powder, so I'll get their load data. So that's pretty cool that they have it. I printed it out and I started keeping it in a book. And the cool thing about this is, excuse the little splatter on there, but you can actually fill in your own information. You know, you find out which load works best for you. They give you the range. In this instance, it's 3.6 to 4.1. All right, and what I'll do is I'll jot down which worked best for me. In this particular load, I did the 3.8 to 3.9. That worked best for me. So, got to find out what works best for you. Follow the published load data. But when you tweak it and you find out exactly what works best for you. Another important tool that I have, and this is not being done necessarily in any order, I'm just kind of showing off what I have here. You want to get yourself one of these case gauges. This will tell you if your bullet is going to chamber. Example, that went right in. That will chamber in my pistol. Excellent, excellent tool to have. Now, we also have one of these for the 223, 5.56. Drop it in. That one will chamber. The one difference is with the 223 and 556, you're using a little bit of lubricant, so it will get hung up in there. So I do have lubricant on this one here. And the lubricant I am using, I use the RCBS case lube. This is for my rifle, and I've been using this for my 45 ACP. It does tend to get a little dirty, so I have to keep it a little clean. But how that works is, I just take it around, I get a little lubrication before I resize it. I know you can't see this, but what I'm going to do is show you. Here's one that has not been sized and one that has been sized. I'm going to take the one that has not been sized, drop it in. It does not fall in all the way because it was not resized. I just resized this one and voila. Shows you how well that resizer works. So what I'll do is I'll throw that in here. We'll get this little lubrication. Put it in the resizer. And remember, this one did not fit in. Boom, fits right in. Again, does not come right out. I use an old ice pick. Push that in the back. Ready to go. So, here's a little bit of my setup here. I'll zoom back here, and I'll just give you an overview. I bought this Craftsman toolbox. I got that for $50 and free shipping on, I think it was eBay. They were on Amazon for a little bit more. I had seen one in Lowe's, because Lowe's now has the Craftsman brand. And I really liked it because I can use it just for my reloading and bullet equipment. So what I do is, you can see, all my bullet equipment goes in here. There's a 223 resizing cutter. And in here, I have some just more dies. Here's an old AR grip. So, this comes in handy. I pretty much dedicate it. Here's my dies for casting my own bullets. So, this is dedicated just for my bullet stuff, which is nice, because I do have some other toolboxes, which I just keep my regular tools. So, walk around my shed. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. Sorry about that. So, here's my pad for lubricating. I keep my extra bullets in the back. I have some of my shells, the brass down here, and scattered throughout. Some 5.56. I was at the range yesterday. Fired off about 100 rounds, and I picked up some extras laying around. On this side here, if you look over, I'll have my tumbler from my media. I also have a Harbor Freight wet tumbler. So, you know, this works for me. This is my shed. This is, oh, here's another really cool tool I like. I used to use the hand primers right there. I used to use them. They worked pretty good. And then I realized, you know, I could do it better. So, and this is when I do hand loads. I found this device right here, the bench primer from Lee. This works really, really well. It's really smooth, and in the ad they show a lady with one finger, and it's true, you can use one finger, which is kind of neat. So, it's very smooth, and it works really, really, really well. So, this is my reloading shed. Bit of a mess. It's packed in with everything. Some people say, wow, you're really organized. Well, yeah, I'm organized, and I'm also a little messy as well. So, and last but not least, just want to show you, here is my solar system. I do have a bunch of panels outside the shed connected here to the batteries, and on a nice warm day, I'm probably getting about 14 volts. It's sunny and rainy out, so on this device here, that bank I'm getting 13.2, and on this one here I'm getting 12.7. And just so you know, with my solar, I use my solar to tumble I also use it for a light that's on my Dillon 550 and my Lyman Case Express. I also use the solar power to operate that. So, and in case you're wondering how I keep warm, I got a little propane heater. It smells a little bit, but it helps out on a chilly day. So that's my reloading shed. Hope everybody enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.